Welcome back. Today's plan is our next Photoshop session. So I'm trying something a little bit new today. We've got my face down here. Over that side there we have the keyboard, so you can see which buttons I'm pressing if you need to see that. And then up there we have what we're working on. So today we're going to work on trying to create this shield. So we're going to create the circle, then we're going to this circle here, then we're going to create the shield shape, and then finally you're going to put your own images on here. So to get started, we're going to create a new document. Not like that. We're going to create a new document, file new, and we're going to select A3. It's in my recents, but if it's not in your recents, you go print, view all presets, and then choose an A3 document. We're going to make it landscape again, create. So we have our white canvas that we're going to get started on here. First thing we need to do is we're going to create the circle. So in order to create the circle, we need to come down to this tool here. Yours will be a square, and you'll see that it is the U button to get to the shortcut. You're going to need to click and hold this to access the ellipse tool, which is a circle. When you click and drag this, it's going to make it an ellipse. It's very difficult to make a perfectly round circle, so if you look on my keyboard, you'll see that I'm now holding down the Shift button. If I hold down the Shift, which is that little arrow guy, it makes a nice round circle. So hold down the Shift, there I've got my circle. Then I'm going to come up to the Move tool, which is V, so I'm going to press V on my keyboard. See, you can see the keyboard. And we're going to drag that to the middle of the screen. It should, those pink lines there, if I find two pink lines, where's the other one? Oh, this is a bit sad. I would have thought that I would have got a horizontal pink line. We're going to guess. We're going to put it there. So this is my circle. I over here made a blue one, so I'm going to stick to making a blue one at the moment. So over on the right hand side of the screen here where we've got appearance, I can click fill and I can change it to a nice blue color. You can change it to whatever color you want. Then we're going to put the shield on top of this. So in my web browser, you're going to Google shield shape. I want you to use the same one as I'm using at the moment because I know it's going to work. So scroll down until you find this one with 4 images on it. Click this. Once it's loaded, so once it's not fuzzy, copy image, come over here, paste image onto your thing. Now you can choose what shape you're going to use. I chose this one on the right, so I'll stick with that at the moment. So I need to delete the other ones. So the easy way for me to delete the other ones is to come up to the top here, and then I've got the rectangular mark tool, which is M. So I hit M on my keyboard, or I click it, and then I'm going to drag a box which makes a selection. So I want to delete these ones. Okay, if you want to use a different one, you can delete those two, and then you can delete this one. But I'm going to delete those ones. So I select that, and then I hit delete on my keyboard. So I've ended up with just that one shape there. Now I need to move this to the middle over here. So I need to first deselect this. So if you remember from the other day, the shortcut that you need is on your computer Control, on mine it's Command, which looks a little bit different next to the keyboard there. So Command D gets rid of the selection. Then I need the Move tool, which is V on the keyboard. And I need to move this to the middle of the shield. Need to make it bigger. So if you remember image or edit free transform, which is Command T. So Command T, and I'm going to scale it up. Now, because I've already moved it to the middle, Photoshop will nicely scale for me around the middle. So I'm still holding down my mouse. I hold down Alt, and then it scales without shifting the position, which is quite useful for this. So I'm going to make it quite large on my blue dot. And once I've done that, I press enter to apply my transformation. The ellipse, my circle looks like it's slightly in the wrong place, so I'm just going to get that and I'm going to drag it up a little bit so it's nicely in the middle. And then there I've got my beginnings of my shield. Now if we look back over on the example, we've got one shield here, and then we have another shield that's slightly smaller in here. So I need to make a copy of this layer 1 over here, and then shrink it down a little bit so that I can make a blue shield inside this shield. So the easy way to make a copy is to drag this layer, which I'll name for you, shield. It's always good to name your layers. I'll name this one as well, blue background. And then I click here, and I click and I drag and I drag and I drag down to where it's got plus. Once I get to there, I let go. I now have shield copy. I now need to resize this one to make it slightly smaller. So I have two shields. The top one I'm going to resize. So remember, free transform, Command T, and then I'm going to resize it. This is where it's really useful to hold down the Alt button, because it's going to keep it in the middle of the other shield. If I don't hold down the Alt button, it goes down to this corner down here, which is no good. So I held down Alt, and I'm going to resize it so it fits nicely inside the other shield. Press Enter to apply my transformation. So now I have my small shield and my large shield. I'm then going to color the smaller shield. So what color did I have it? I had it like a slightly lighter blue. So we're going to use the paint bucket for this, which is a new tool. The paint bucket is over here. You might not be able to see the paint bucket because it might be hidden under the gradient tool. So click and hold until you find the paint bucket. Select the color that you want. So you can either select the color by clicking this box here, select your color, or you can click up on the right hand side of the screen and choose the color that you want. Click inside your shield and apply the color. Now I chose to put these four colors here, which is slightly more advanced, so we're going to cover that in a second video. This is the entry level video, if you like. So what you're going to do now is you're going to find on this shield your symbol that you're going to use and pop it onto the shield. So I'm going to come over back into Safari. I searched before for snowboard symbol, so I'm going to get the symbol, copy the image, come over here, paste my image, free transform, edit, free transform, Command T, Control T for you, scale it up, put it in the middle, kind of like this. And then I saw a nice little trick from a student this morning that I can remove the background simply by clicking over here. So I taught you the other day the magic wand, if you remember. So you click and you delete. The same thing though, you can just come straight over here to remove background, hit remove background. Photoshop will probably take a couple of minutes to do it, but it will chop it out for you. You'll see that I chose to have it white over here. So before I do that, I'm going to go Control Z to go back to where I was. I'm going to invert this layer. So I'm going to flip it so that the white's on front and the black is at the background. So I just need to find the menu button because I know the shortcut, but I don't remember the, where is it? Okay, pause. I can't remember where it is. Filter. It's not going well. Okay, I'm just going to tell you the shortcut. So if you go Control I, it inverts the image, so you know, black on white, white on black. So I'm gonna use it this way, and then I'm going to put remove background, and then I have my nice image on the middle of my shield. If I want, I can now come in and stick some text down here. This is my logo. Try and spell my name correctly. I'm going to make that white, so I'm going to click up here. Press Enter to apply my text and make my text bigger. Put it underneath my shield, and there's my super basic shield. If you get this far, you've found it really easy. Go on to the next video, which is going to be the harder parts of the shield with the glowing and the shadow and stuff like that. So good job. Ask me if you have any questions.